Good evening, short story writers. This one should be very quick because we are starting Christmas and we're going to start with Christmas, which is a celebration and it is of cultural significance in many cultures, actually. I've been to places where they had dressed up Christmas malls, even though the main religion was not Christian based. So the basis of your story is it's going to be set at Christmas. And if you are thinking in terms of a serial short story novel, there's no reason why, and it'd probably sell very well, hint, if you wrote a series of short stories set around a festival. Now, Christmas obviously is going to be it's going to be favourable. People will look for that, and there'll be many films set around this theme. Just look on IMDb. Cultural exchanges, family get-togethers, friends get-togethers, the whole Love Actually thing. Interconnected, interwoven stories. So, that is it. That is your challenge. You don't have to pick Christmas if you do not like Christmas. There are plenty of other festivals, and if you're writing science fiction or horror or whatever, then you could quite easily invent your own festival, which could involve some sort of celebration at the end of some period of work. For example, a kind of a harvest festival sort of thing, or perhaps a ceremony when all the local ponds have been restocked with fish, if fishing is the main way that the local community happens to earn their living. Invent something. Take a festival, ask what does it do? Ask what if it didn't do that? This would be the thing. I mean, yeah. We don't need to ask the question, what problems can Christmas cause and what problems can it solve? Because just ask anybody, there's always somebody who's got a bit of a gripe. The problems that go with it are the shopping and the preparation and the frenzy and the amount of money that people go into debt each year. But what problems does it solve? Well, the family gets together once a year. You touch base with your friends once a year. And there are lots of very heartwarming stories and films about the season. So pick a season, pick something and consider that. But what if it did the opposite? What if, and I know this has been done with the Grinch, but what if there was a festival where something was taken from you? You were asked for a donation, but something was stolen from you. Maybe in the fantasy realm, once a year something happened and you woke up and you never knew what it was going to be, but it was not there anymore. In the science fiction realm, it could be that, I don't know, errant robots have a day off or whatever. It's their festival. And there you go. How about people being affected by a festival which is not theirs, but they're affected in a way that they consider to be negative? And in fact, there's at least one part of the world that I know of where 50% of the population, the ladies, are required to more or less, should we say, slave over a hot stove, to use that expression. And they don't like it because there's a hierarchy, and the lady of the house gets to be boss, and then according to age, status, and who is the eldest male child in the house, there's a lot of bossing around going on in the kitchen. Apparently it's quite a brutal atmosphere in some of them, especially if the families don't really get along. There's a lot of backbiting goes on. So this is meant to be a happy occasion as well, but yeah. Not everybody enjoys it. So That would be a literary story, the backbiting that goes on. And are there precedents in the literary world for this? If you wanted to market it on Amazon, people who enjoyed, oh goodness me, what was her name? Not Babette's Feast, was it? Oh, I don't know. Some lady, she sells everything she's got to prepare food for her neighbours, and then it turns out that she needs the money, but she's already spent it. It was a film, and it won an Oscar probably. So, yes, there are precedents. People who enjoyed this and this and this, and Love Actually, will find this, people who bought, people who browsed, blah, blah, blah. It's always a good way to market your stories. So, that's it. Basically, pick a festival and write about it. And write about the problems it solves, write about the problems it causes, and write about the effects upon the emotions of your main characters. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm doing well today. Okie dokie. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. If you found it terrible, give it a thumbs down. And until, it'll be Monday now because it's Friday. I'm taking 2 days off. I will say happy writing and good night.